We're all thrown into the game called life. No context, no instruction manual, just everyone running after a ball. So we start doing the same, rarely stopping to ask why or what the point of the game is. What is the purpose of life? What are the rules? How does one train? How does one win? What's the most fun way to play? Whether at church or in the field, athletes see a pattern emerge. The virtues that make sports great light the world up for souls too. Be more like a first-time spectator. Some people make faith and sports great, starting with a first-time spectator. The little boy that goes to a game for the first time with his dad. Knows nothing about the game yet, but immediately falls in love. With the stadium lights, the green of the field, the players in uniform, the magic of their skills, the roar that comes after each goal, feeling like every stranger in that stadium is a new friend to be made, and that we're all part of this most awe-inspiring game. In that moment, life feels like a true gift, an exciting new journey, full of surprises and blessings to come, things to discover, to learn, to live, to fall in love with. The wonder of it all is humbling. Amen, I say to you, unless you turn and become like children, you will not enter the kingdom of heaven. But somewhere along the way, that wonder fades. The lights lose their shine. The magic feels forced. We start seeing only the flaws. Better seats, better seasons, bad calls, missed chances, lost matches. And worst of all, we stop seeing it as a game or even enjoying it at all. But some people, ordinary saints and heroes among us, never lose that childlike first-time spectator spirit. They are so full of playfulness, excitement, and hope that they spread it wherever they go. This is a virtue I've been praying about, trying to recover, to cultivate the heart of a first-time spectator in sports games and in my life. This was day one, training, filming, reflecting about God, discipline, purpose, love, and joy. Share this with someone whose first-time spectator spirit inspires your faith. Be more like a passionate fan than a mere onlooker or spectator, not just in sports, but in life. Some people make faith and sports great. The second type is the passionate fan. Though being a first-time spectator is beautiful in its own way, at some point, we begin learning more about the game, the rules, the skills, the history, the teams, the stats, the players, the legends that make the game great. Until one day, we choose our favorite team, and that's where the real magic happens. Maybe it's the team our parents loved. Maybe we find our own. We buy the jersey, hang the posters, collect the cards. Suddenly, we belong. We are part of a tribe. And maybe we later realize there was a better team all along. But without passion, we'd never have cared enough to find it. But many stay in the stands forever. Onlookers who never choose a team, never build love, never go deep. In sports, in church, in vocation, and even in love. C.S. Lewis described these onlookers as people stuck in a hall full of doors. He wrote, "It is in the rooms, not the halls, that there are fires and chairs and meals. The hall is a place to wait in, a place from which to try the various stores, not a place to live in. For that purpose, the worst of the rooms, whichever that may be, is, I think, preferable. It is true that some people may find they have to wait in the hall for a considerable time, while others feel certain almost at once which door they must knock at. I do not know why there is this difference, but I am sure God keeps no one waiting unless he sees that it is good for them to wait." This is the discernment I have been praying about, to be more of a passionate fan, to enter more fully into the rooms, to get the courage to wear my team's shirts, to cheer for it publicly with my content, to live it more fully, and even more importantly, to choose my tribe and my person, the ones I will share the fires and chairs and meals with. This was day 2 of training, filming, reflecting about God, discipline, purpose, love, and joy. Share this with someone who's passionate about sports teams and about their faith. A sport and life is incomplete without cheerleaders. Some people make faith and sports great not by scoring, but by shining light on those who do. The cheerleader, our third role model, isn't just another passionate fan. There's someone who has the ability to lift an entire team's spirit. It's not just that they're passionate, it's that their passion spreads. They cheer, they clap, they smile, they celebrate, and somehow they become part of the performance. Through their own work, their energy, their excellence, they capture attention and redirect it to shine a light on their team. Cheerleaders don't just wave pom-poms. The great ones, they are athletes, artists, inspirations in their own right. Their fire is contagious, their courage magnetic, their joy unforgettable. In life, too, God invites us to cheer for others like this, to make goodness louder, to celebrate the little victories, to be the ones who say, I see you, I believe in you, you've got this. Encourage one another and build one another up, just as you are doing. C.S. Lewis once explained this mystery, that cheering others on isn't just an expression of joy, it completes it. I think we delight to praise what we enjoy because the praise not merely expresses but completes the enjoyment. It is a pointed consummation. It is not out of compliment that lovers keep on telling one another how beautiful they are. The delight is incomplete till it is expressed. It is frustrating to have discovered a new author and not to be able to tell anyone how good he is. The Scotch Catechism says that man's chief end is to glorify God and enjoy Him forever. But we shall then know that these are the same thing. Fully to enjoy is to glorify. In commanding us to glorify Him, God is inviting us to enjoy Him. This makes sense in my life. When I begin to shine a spotlight on the awesomeness of God's creation, I begin to enjoy it more too. And then, as someone who thrives on words of affirmation, I reflect on that a lot too. How encouragement isn't a nice extra. It's the final act of love, the sacred duty of someone who sees goodness, beauty, or truth, and decides to show support, to amplify it. Whether it's a teammate in sports, a family member at home, a leader at church, or an author, a thinker, a content creator inspiring me from afar. I want to not just notice them, I want to cheer for them out loud, with joy, with admiration. This is a virtue I want to grow in, to become someone whose life cheers others into greatness. This was day 3 of training, filming, and reflecting on God, discipline, purpose, love, and joy. Share this with someone whose work and faith you want to recognize, and cheer for them today. People are uninspiring because they stop learning new things. But some people make faith and sports great just by being new to it. Not the expert, not the coach, but our 4th role model, the newbie. The kind of person who's willing to try to learn new things. Someone who's excited to be coached, to ask questions, to mess up, laugh it off, and try again. Unlike the spectators, they've stepped into the field. They're not too proud to look awkward, to break a sweat, to change careers, to move into a smaller house, in pursuit of becoming the player they were meant to be. And newbies don't pretend to know more than they do. Their humility isn't weakness, it's a superpower. And in trying to learn, their admiration for others deepens, because now they know how hard it actually is. There's something life-giving, literally, about trying new things. Neuroscience confirms it. Doing things you're initially bad at, especially as we age, helps you live longer and healthier. But sticking only to what we know, that's how people get bored. Old in spirit, long before they age. This is something I've prayed about, that I don't settle out of laziness, stubbornness, or pride, clinging only to the things I'm already good at or recognized for, and even in those, thinking I'm too good for growth. I want to stay coachable, open, humble, teachable. This was day 4 of training, filming, and reflecting on God, discipline, purpose, love, and joy. Share this with a newbie that inspires you to keep growing too. Some people make faith and sports great by keeping the game going for everyone else. Our 5th role model, the waterboy, the quiet servant behind the scenes. He's the one making sure the field is ready, that players are hydrated, that someone brought the cones, the jerseys, the first aid kit. And often, he could be a great player too, or a cheerleader, or a passionate fan. But what sets him apart is that he's willing to put his own game on pause, so that others can play theirs. That's real love. That's charity. As men, we need to feel useful, to know we can carry our weight, at home, at work, and in our community. Jesus himself modeled this. The Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve. So I've been praying about this one too. I've been my own boss most of my life. Maybe I need to practice being a water boy, that I don't chase only leadership or executive jobs, but that I grow in humility, and my capacity to serve behind the scenes. Whether it's helping my brothers or my dad in running a family business, or simply taking a steady 9-to-5 job for a company doing good, that I can develop waterboy virtues again. This was day 5 of training, filming, and reflecting on God, discipline, purpose, love, and joy. Share this with someone who keeps things running behind the scenes, and let them know they matter.